Welcome to Spenelli Speaks. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Dani here. I am so happy to have you here today because I am going to be telling you what I will be up to in July. Because it won't just be about books in July. Because, well, July is my birthday month, and yes, it's the full month. I'm taking full advantage of it this year, and I'm going to do something fun every day of July. So what does that mean for you? Well, what you can anticipate is seeing my snarky face every day. I have a plan for a video every day in the month of July, similar to how Vlogmas works, but I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I have a video for you all every day in the month of July. Now, I may talk about my favorite books, I may talk about my favorite authors, I may talk about my favorite things, I may put some bloopers in there. I'm really excited to share a little bit more about me with you in July. So, if you are new here, thank you for stopping by. I hope you've hit that subscribe button and the like and the notification bell and left a comment. And if you didn't, that's okay too. If you've been around the block a few times, welcome back. It's so nice to see your beautiful face. I am real excited. This month, I decided for my TBR that I was going to do all of the things that I love. So, all of these books mean a little something to me. So let's go through what I will be reading in July. So, one thing I love participating in other read-alongs and readathons and participating with other people on BookTube. So in July, I will be continuing my reading of Brandon Sanderson's The Way of Kings, which is part of the Stormalong2020 read-along. So that is hashtag Stormalong2020, and I will list all of the creators down below. They are amazing people, so you should definitely check out their channels and maybe even hit on and talk to us a little bit about Brandon Sanderson. So I will continue reading that, and I think we actually finished this book in July. So that's the first thing that I love. Now, going along with that, I am doing some buddy reading in July, and I am excited to buddy read with Scott and Nell from Gunpowder Fiction and Plot. We will be reading Oscar Wilde's The Picture of Dorian Gray. Now, this will be my first time reading anything longer than like one poem of Oscar Wilde. I visited Ireland last May, and we passed Oscar Wilde's statue there. It's so beautiful. He's just kind of like lazily sitting on this huge rock, and it's a colored statue, so it has like pinks and purples, and it's just so Oscar Wilde. Oh, I love his life story. So I haven't read much from him, but I understand him as a human being, and that was really very interesting to me. So we are going to be buddy reading that. I will link Scott and Nell's channel below. You should definitely check them out. They have a really great channel. They're from Australia. They do great reviews of books, and they even do books where they do, I think it's like 10 books reviews in 5 minutes. Those are really great. So we'll be buddy reading that. Then another buddy read that I will be doing in July, which will actually work out for Jane Austen July, is I'm going to be reading Sense and Sensibility with Josh from Working Man Reads. Now, definitely check out Josh's channel. It's really good. He reads a lot of books that I don't typically read, and I think that's why we're going to do a buddy read this month, because he doesn't typically read Jane Austen, and I thought I'd help him through it. It's gonna be fun. So that is gonna be starting in mid-July, I think, maybe the first or second week. And we are going to be talking about that. So I'm excited for that. And I'll link his channel down below as well. Then another buddy read that I'm going to be doing. Wow, I have a ton of buddy reads this month. I am buddy reading the 7th in the series of unfortunate events, which this one is called The Vile Village. I'm going to be reading this with Christy Lewis over at Dostoevsky in Space. I said it, guys. I'm so excited. Okay, so we're going to be reading the 7th one. I am doing vlog series of this, rereading all of these books. This one, guys, the Secret Society stuff really starts to rear its head. It's fascinating. So I'm really excited to read this with Christy, get another perspective, and really dive into what is going on. So that's another buddy read that I will be doing in the month of July. That's my favorite thing to do, is talk about books. So doing buddy reads with all of these wonderful creators, I'm just so excited, and I will link all of their stories and channels down below. Now let's get into some good stuff. Now, we talked about the Jane Austen July, and with that, I was already going to read some Jane Austen because I love Jane Austen, and I thought, you know, I'd really like to read some more of her stuff or some retellings. So I put Death Comes to Pemberley on my list, which is by P.D. James, and I'm super excited. I think I started to watch this on Netflix and then ended up watching something else. I lost interest or something. I can't remember what happened, but needless to say, I put this on my list, and then when I found out it was Jane Austen July, I was like, ooh, I should just add some more. So I'll be reading Death Comes to Pemberley. I will also be reading Jane's Fame, which is How Jane Austen Conquered the World by Claire Harmon. This is a nonfiction about Jane Austen and her life and kind of what happened with all of her books. So this is a nonfiction, so that I believe is one of the prompts. I didn't look at the prompts, so I may put those in the descriptions below and see how much I actually made it. So I have Sense and Sensibility, Death Comes to Pemberley, this Jane's Fame, which is nonfiction. And then I also recently found this one at a book haul, and that is Mr. Darcy's Bite. So I'm going to try to read this one too and see if it counts as one of the prompts. But this one looks really fascinating. It looks like a werewolf retelling with Mr. Darcy. So totally into that. Then a couple of other things that are my favorite things. I love the movie Fried Green Tomatoes, and I did not know that it was a book. You've seen me talk about this a few times. I'm super excited. I am definitely going to read this one this month. It's Fanny Flagg's Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe. I'm excited. I heard that this is better than the movie, and if it's better than the movie, it's gotta be better than Gold because I adore the movie. So I'm really excited to read this one. Then you saw also in that big haul I just did, I was lent the Study in Scarlet. I love Sherlock Holmes, so this should be really interesting. It is a middle grade retelling of Sherlock Holmes, and I'm really excited. This will be a quick read for me, so I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I get this read and then maybe returned. So I'm excited for that one too. Then, one of my other favorite movies is Breakfast at Tiffany's. So I'm going to go ahead and read Truman Capote's Breakfast at Tiffany's. I've never read it before, so I'm really excited to read this and really see where the story started. So I'm excited to read that as well. And then to go along with Breakfast at Tiffany's, I found this nonfiction book ages ago. It is a memoir, and it's called Summer at Tiffany's. And it's about two women who end up going to New York City in the 40s and working at Tiffany's. And I thought that would be such a great addition to go along with the fictional book. So I'm excited to read this as well. I think it will be very fascinating. That is a big pile, guys. I'm going to add one more here, which is Virginia Woolf's A Room of One's Own. I adore Virginia Woolf. I just love her whole life story, tragic as it is. She's just such a fascinating woman, and I think if she were in our day and age, she would just be such a vibrant and wonderful advocate for so many people. And I mean, she already is, but I think she's starting to, you know, be underrated, and I adore her. So I'm really excited to read A Room of One's Own. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to my list as well. I, of course, will always add some audiobooks in there. I'm not quite sure what I'll select. I'll probably continue on in the Winston Brothers series of books. I also will probably continue on in the Lunar Chronicles on audiobook, and then probably sneak in a couple more here and there. I also have a book for my book club, and I'm not quite sure what that is, but I'll be reading that as well. So we'll see what I'll be doing, but don't forget, this month is going to be a crazy month of me in your face every day, and I'm super excited about it. I hope you are too. So that's all I'm gonna say today, because you're gonna see enough of me coming up in the next couple of days, weeks, and full month. That's 31 videos in a row, guys. I think it's gonna be pretty great, but we'll see in the end. I hope you're reading something great and taking care, staying safe, and until next time, guys, you know how it goes. Happy reading! Bye!